Good morning. My name's Walt Eastman, the Citrus County Transportation Project Manager. We're here again on County Road 491 Road Widening Project. This is video number 3 in a series of videos for the project. I have with me today Mr. Chuck Dixon from the school board, and one of the components we're going to talk about today is one of the safety elements that we addressed with the road project. In the previous condition, school buses would stop out on 491 near the All About Kids preschool, which, if you're familiar with the area, is south of State Road 44, just south of the new racetrack gas station. With that, I'll turn it over to Chuck to describe from a transportation and school board perspective some of the issues and safety concerns that they had.
Yes, Walt, this is one of the areas in the county where we had large backup of traffic whenever we would stop the school bus to pick up students for the school board to go to the nearby schools, and it was very beneficial to have a turnaround so that we can bring the bus off from the main road and not have to stop 4 lanes of traffic so close to a busy intersection to pick up children.
That was one thing we did see. Traffic would back up behind the school bus that would stop to load and unload the children, and the traffic would actually back up into and through the intersection, causing a safety concern with vehicles. So as part of this project, we created a parking lot next to the daycare, and so the buses would be able to get off the highway and load and unload the children from the parking lot instead of the highway. All right, we're back, and I have some additional guests this time. This time I have Miss Ginger and Mr. Robbie from the All About Kids Daycare. What I'd like to do is get their perspective from a business owner's point of view, as well as the daycare operators. They would be the ones that would meet the children at the bus on the highway, and I'd also like them to talk a little bit about how it's operating now as far as the changes to the bus routing and the parking lot. So with that, I'll turn it over to Miss Ginger and Mr. Robbie.
Hi, good morning. Actually, having the bus stop at the highway down there for several years, since this has been a preschool for 30-some years. My husband and I have owned it for the last 8 or 9. Noticeably, the bus would stop to unload the children or pick up the children in the mornings from LaCanter Primary School. We have a large facility, so most of the children on that bus were from our facility. So that being said, it took a lot of time to load the children one by one. We have some special needs children. They would have to be harnessed in the front, which the bus driver is not allowed to get up out of the seat. So that would fall on my staff. So we would load the children that could load themselves, get on the bus, then load the special needs children, board the bus, harness the children. Took several minutes.
Wow.
While traffic is backing up to the light, past the light, honking, beep, 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 you know, aggravated, they're on their way to work, they're on their way, have an emergency where you can't get around a school bus.
Would you actually see them illegally pass the school bus at times?
All the time, every day. Then, that being in the morning, in the afternoon again, disembark the bus, then get on the bus, unharness the special needs children, get them safely off the bus. Meanwhile, we have extra staff corralling the other children. Again, we're on a major highway.
Right.
Honking, people illegally passing. The bus would be stopped with their lights, the other lane of traffic ignoring, just continuously going through. We had even contacted the sheriff's office at one point a couple of years ago, and they would sit across the street here and watch, and unfortunately ticket illegal passing of the bus lights once they're out, which would irritate our community, but it's a safety issue.
Absolutely.
So as the children are coming off the bus, it took several minutes, and then you would have those nice bus drivers on Friday that would want to give them a little treat, which they should be able to do, but then that took another 10 minutes as they tried to pick which color candy they wanted. So it was just really unsafe. We were so thrilled to hear about the progress of the new parking lot. Now that we've been able to utilize it for a month or so, the bus comes off of the highway, does not stop traffic, continuous flowing traffic, which has stopped the screeching of brakes, the accidents out here that were like 2 and 3 a week, and it comes off the highway and drops our children right to the sidewalk, right to our play yard. So we open the fence, and there's someone there to greet them into a safely fenced area. If we have to climb the bus and just, to get a special needs child, it's so much easier because we can just go. The other children are already fenced, they're already safe with staff, and we can take that child off the bus. So it's been a huge difference, a really huge difference. And sometimes we have not only LeCanter bus, but we also have Crest that will sometimes bring in a special needs bus. So it makes it just so much more convenient. Also, we serve LeCanter Middle School. So there's 3 buses that could potentially stop here in the morning and in the afternoon. So that's a lot of backed up traffic at your busiest times when people are trying to go to work. From 8 o'clock to 9:30, it's very congested. So now the traffic is free flowing. So it's really made a huge difference in all the way around.
So traffic is free flowing.
Yep.
And we have the buses off the highway, and the children can now safely load and unload from a secured parking area, and they go to a secured lot afterwards.
Yes, and if the bus driver wants to give them a treat,
they can get a treat.
They can get a treat. So the kids are happy, and we're happy. The adults are happy. Traffic people are happy. Everybody's happy. So it's been a win-win, I think, for the county, for the children. We're not going anywhere. Like you said, we have a large facility in 2 other locations. So we also have our own bus that we drive a couple other schools that we can easily now pull and drop off as well. So it's been a win-win for our business all the way around and the community.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Greatly appreciate the
You're
information
welcome.
and your perspective and assistance with the project.
No
So
problem. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, as you've heard from Mr. Dixon and Ms. Ginger, they're very satisfied with the improvements, and it's a great safety aspect for the project and helping get the children off the highway when they load and unload from the buses. But there was a second component to the construction of the parking lot for the daycare. And that's because the daycare lost their parking area due to the road widening project. We needed that area for the road widening. The unique aspect of the project, though, is we did not have to pay the daycare for that land or their improvements. We worked out a swap with the daycare for the parking lot area that we constructed. We also needed land in the area behind the daycare for a stormwater facility. It's a joint stormwater facility between the county and various property owners in the area. And we did not pay for that land either. Again, that was all part of the swap. The other unique aspect of this project is the county received 50% of the funding from DOT for construction of the project. We cannot get funding from DOT for land acquisition or condemnation, but we can get money for construction, and that's what we did. 50% of the improvements are paid for by the state. So with that, I want to thank you all again for tuning into the video, and please come back to the next video in the series. Thank you very much.